sports fans and collectors nationwide and abroad. It's time to get hype. Come on. About the hobby we are all a part of. Live from the Mojo Break Studios, it's Dan and Doug. Come on! So, get hyped. Be hyped. This is The Hype.
What is going down, everybody? It's time for MojoBreak.com, The Hype. This is episode number 119. We don't take no weeks off around here. We're here to talk some sports cards. We've got Panini Blockchain. We're going to be talking about the new blockchain. We're going to talk about Adley Rutschman card sells for $23,000. Is it worth it? Why did it sell for so much? This hobby's crazy. We're also going to be talking the real deal Mojo at the end of the show. But first off, happy holidays to everyone out there, everybody that supported us as the decade comes to an end pretty much. It's been a great one, and we couldn't have done it without you guys. We wouldn't be able to still be breaking cards, doing this show every week without all of you guys that have followed us throughout the years and shown your support and gotten to our breaks. And we've made a lot of awesome friends out there. So, we love you guys and everybody that supported us over the years. It's we're very, very lucky to be doing this, to be opening up cards, to be talking about cards on a day-to-day basis. And, man, like I said, 2020 is going to be insane. It's going to be a brand new decade in this hobby. We'll go over that in next week's show. We're going to have the worst of the decade, and then we're also going to talk about what's looking forward 2020 in this hobby. But for now, happy holidays to you guys out there that have been listening to us and following us, getting into breaks, and yeah, it's been great. Dan, what's going down?
With that intro, it's tough to get in the. I mean, what do I do? What do I say after that? I guess
I dropped the mic.
Happy holidays, last show of the year. So I don't know if we're going to do, I know we did a little bit last time. I don't know if we're going to do our usual year in review type of show where we go through all the different products that came out. Probably not going to do that. Are we?
Not in this show. Not in this show. We're going to save that.
Yeah, we'll save it for next year.
Yep.
Year in review show.
Year in review.
But yeah, I mean, it's been kind of a crazy week. I never love when Christmas happens in the beginning, or not the beginning, just the middle of the week.
Yeah, right.
It just throws everybody off, because all day today I'm all, kind of feels like a Monday.
It totally does.
But it's actually Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday, getting ready for the weekend. Yeah, I don't know. What's going down?
C-Rad.
What's up, C-Rad?
How was your Christmas, bro?
It was great. Thank you for asking. Happy holidays, everybody. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Thank you, everybody, for supporting us this year. Appreciate you guys.
Absolutely.
I'm going to be honest. I don't know if anybody is going to agree with me, but I'm kind of glad the holidays are over, huh?
Are you? Yeah. There's a lot of things going on in the holidays.
It gets real hectic for sure.
It
does.
I don't know. Working retail for a long time, you get super bitter when it comes to the holidays. You're just like, it's just the worst time. Mm-hmm. If anybody can relate to that, if you ever worked retail, it's like, it's a war zone. So ever since I was 17 years old, I've been like, man, not December. Yeah. Not December. Because then you got to find time to go out and get your own shopping done. And then in this industry, it's a different type of situation. A lot of the manufacturers, they load up all the products in the last quarter. So
yep.
December for us here is ridiculous as well, but in a different way, not like the retail way, but just in the way of so many products coming out, prepping, getting ready, trying to figure out enough time to go through all the products. So yeah, I mean, I'm just ready for 2020.
Yeah, a lot of these products we order 6 months in advance, and then they try to meet deadlines. They push stuff back, and it's all, they have to get it off their books fourth quarter, so they're releasing it. But there's been a lot of great releases. I mean, Bowman's Best has been fantastic. Origins Basketball, which we're doing today. But Max says in the chat, fire up the Christmas music at the shop, and then you'll know how it sucks to work retail. I agree. I used to work at the mall and try to fight for a spot and be late because I couldn't get in. So, yeah, I feel Dan. Maybe not on the level that he did because he was managing a retail shop, but I definitely did work retail, and it's a little hectic. You don't have a lot of time to get your own presents for your kids or your family or whatever. Just trying to get through it. But But the main thing was the message for you guys is that, it's that warm and fuzzy type of year. And I wanted to get warm and fuzzy with you guys at the beginning of the show and say how much we appreciate you guys. But we'll move on to the first topic. We'll get into the show.
Thought we were going to get warm and fuzzy for at least 45 minutes.
That's warm and fuzzy. We're gonna play that soft music in the background, little Kenny G, and get a little warm and fuzzy now. But we want to tell you about Boomtastic NFL. It's been a long time coming for our latest buyback, and it's going to drop next Friday. Should be posted over the weekend, the first couple cases, and it's a pretty awesome break. There's 20 cases made, and each case will have 4 random NFL boxes from all different years. We went back as far as like 06. Exquisites in there, 09 exquisites in there. We got a lot of 2017 stuff in there. So it'll be sealed wax, and then there's going to be 10 buyback cards. And I bought a lot of stuff early in the year. I got a lot of nice Lamar Jacksons and Patrick Mahomes that are going to be in there, and Tom Brady. All the names you want are going to be in the actual cards itself. You can watch our videos from last year. It's the same one. This is going to be volume 2, and that's going to be dropping next Friday. So we're excited for that. It's been a long time putting this one together because of all the releases that have been coming out. So we can't wait. So
I think this was actually, we started putting this together in training camp.
Yeah,
for football.
Yeah, we did.
So I mean, this I think we started putting this one together in July, August. I think we intended for it to be out halfway through the season. Mm-hmm. But that's what happens when so many releases come out. We can't do it.
Yeah, we gotta just do all the, and like I said, they've been good releases. But yeah, just trying to find time to do this kind of stuff.
But like Doug was saying, we got a lot of stuff in here that is extremely undervalued when we bought it.
Right.
So there's some pretty intense hits in there.
Yeah, I think a Jimmy Garoppolo cracked ice contenders 9-5-10, which, first seed in the NFC right now. There's multiple Tom Brady's, multiple Lamar's, multiple Patrick Mahomes, Barry Sanders, Joe Montana. Anybody you can name of is actually in the card portion of it. There's only going to be 20 cases, so it's going to go quick. So be sure to check that one out. If you're a football fan, even if you just like breaks, it's going to be value to the max. So, but we'll move on to the first topic. I want to talk about this recent sale. So Bowman Draft came out about, 3 weeks ago now, maybe 2 weeks ago. It all blends together. But Adley Rutschman Superfractor was pulled. 1-of-1 Superfractor. There will never be a better Adley Rutschman card pulled. And it sold for $23,000. $23,000. This guy was first overall. Has a pretty esteemed amount of hype behind him. Going to the Orioles, got a fantastic swing. We've talked about him in prior episodes, so you guys that have been following us probably have already heard us talk about this card. But there's been some things on Twitter that people are, is it worth it? What could I get with $23,000? So I wanted to discuss that and give you our point of view on that as well. So Group Break Checklist actually had a nice little poll that went out a couple days ago that I think ended. It said for $24,000, you can pick one. Adley Rutschman Superfractor, which we just went over. Jordan 86-87 Fleer, BGS 9.5 True Gem. Walter Payton, 1976 Topps PSA 10. Or a Mickey Mantle 52 Topps PSA 3.
That's a good question.
Right? So before I get into the results of the poll, or the early results, what would you rather have, Dan?
Jordan.
You'd rather pick the Jordan.
Jordan.
C-Rad.
I think the Jordan, just in the last 3 to 5 years, I've seen the Jordan stuff go up. So I think the Jordan stuff can still go up. The Peyton, I'm not sure if it can go up. The Mantle's amazing card. It could probably go up, but I've seen the steady increase on all the Jordans. So I would go Jordan. And
follow Group Break Checklist if you probably already are, but if you're not, go ahead and shout out to him for putting this poll up there. But what would you guys rather have? We've got Chris saying Jordan and Peyton and Mantle. But this is my point of view. So here's the results, and everybody went Jordan for the most part. So you can see the early results. Jordan rookie got 62% of the vote.
People know.
Mantle went with 28% of the vote. Peyton, no love for Walter Payton, but 5% of the vote. And a Adley Rutschman Superfractor got 5% of the vote. And now before you guys chastise me, I actually did vote for the Adley Rutschman Superfractor.
Now the Rutschman has probably the most upside and downside. It can go up the most out of all of them, but it can probably go down the most as well.
Right. And that's my thing. If we, as hobbyists, we don't like to always play the safe money. Yeah, the safe money is, if you're looking at stocks, the safe money is some of those companies that have been around for years. But what about the startups? What about the getting in on Apple in 1986 or whatever? Those things that,
Bad move.
the investments that turn to pay off. And I think that's what people are looking at when the guy who specifically bought the Adley Rutschman for $23,000, he's looking at Mike Trout prices. Mike Trout Superfractor sold for $500,000, $500,000. Now, there's no way to predict if Adley Rutschman is going to be of that caliber. But one thing you'll notice about these 4 cards is that there's not a better Adley Rutschman card. Is there a better Jordan card? There could be a 10. Could be a black label. Is there a better Peyton card? Possibly. Could be a black label. Is there a better Mantle card? Yes, there's a lot better Mantle cards. By buying this Adley Rutschman Superfractor that this is the absolute best card of his ever. There will never be another card of Adley Rutschman's that's better than that. I'm not saying a fool should just go out and spend $23,000 on a guy that hasn't had a major league at bat. But what I'm saying is I can understand why people do it. People do it because it's the hype. It's taking a 5-team parlay. You could go and bet the Patriots against the Jets and you're going to win. You're going to probably not make much money. But if you do a 5-team parlay, you got the potential of getting, $5,000-$10,000 or whatever.
A 5-team parlay for $23,000.
Right, yeah, for $23,000. But what I'm saying is we're all in this hobby. We open boxes. Yeah, you're going to buy a box of contenders for $200, or you could go buy a Deebo Samuel number to 5 for $150. It's not fun buying the Deebo Samuel card. It's not fun buying the Kyler Murray card because you're just buying the card. You're not chasing. And I think that's what goes along with this Rutschman Superfractor here. Yeah, if you're trying to safely invest the only $23,000 that you have, yeah, probably on the Jordan or the other guys. But if you want to see something pay off and maybe possibly double, triple, quadruple it, the Rutschman's where it's at.
Okay. Hypothetically, let's say Doug was the winner. Doug owns the Superfractor Rutschman. Now, at what point do you look at it? What monetary line does it hit where you're like, I'm out. I'm gonna sell it. Now, if let's say his first year in the minors, he's probably not gonna be in the majors for at least 2 years. He's probably gonna serve a full year coming up in the minors.
More likely.
Let's say he goes 1 year in the minors, ends up being Baseball America's #1 prospect going into 2021. Do you sell that card at that point? Or do you wait for him to get to the majors with a chance of him not performing to the level of a #1 prospect?
I guess it all depends on how much money you have, how much, if $23,000 doesn't matter to you.
I think we've seen it in the past, though. You probably want to sell those prospects right before they go to the majors. Because at that point, the next step that they take could knock that card value down 20, 30, 40%. He comes up and he goes, 2 for 40 and 12 strikeouts. That card has gone down. I can guarantee you.
It has.
So
I honestly was surprised that it went. I would predict that it would have went for close to 50,000. Now, this is honestly the worst time to sell prospect cards. December is the worst time to sell prospect cards. Did that fall victim to it? Possibly. If you look at Luis Robert, and we had that segment on Luis Robert about 10, 20 episodes ago. I can't even remember.
Right?
No, it went for 51. I think I have it in the next slide.
Dang.
So the Luis Robert went for $51,000.
well, I mean,
Louis Robbie.
it's Louis Bobby.
Louis Bobby. So, but that was in August. So that was in the heyday of baseball. But he was hitting home runs,
and he was having a great year in the minors. Probably, I mean, I don't know. That was probably the best time to sell that card.
Probably, yeah. But with that being said, let's just say Adley Rutschman. He may get invited to spring training this year. He probably won't make the team.
He probably will. His number will be like 91. So he ain't gonna make the team,
right? Yeah, he's gonna be like 150.
No, you know the guys who show up and they have they're like number 81, 87, 91. You're like, it's gonna be a couple years for you, bro.
Right. Yeah, but I could see you being able to at least sell it for possibly 30 or 40 if he has a decent spring training. It's just nobody was paying attention to it. I don't think
he's going to get a lot of at-bats. I think he's going to get invited to spring training. He may get 20 at-bats max, and he's going to go all year. He's going to be in a minor, and hopefully for him, he starts at single A, and by the end of the year, he's still hitting in double A.
Right.
Sometimes you don't want a guy to be in the minors long enough to get to triple A.
Right.
Because at that point, it means they haven't shown enough in double A or single A to get brought up to the majors. We see that all the time. That's like the triple A is almost like where you're going to be a career minor leaguer.
Yeah. We got a few good comments in the chat. Max says, sell it and buy a number to 5 red. You know, hey, you're kind of protected on that. Uncle Violent said, isn't he a catcher? Yes, there is always seems to be a knock on catchers. Not as bad as pitchers. Pitchers' values seem to really be affected by the fact that they don't play and they don't hit home runs.
But he's in the minor. He's in the American League, so he can always be a DH.
You could be a DH. Just the swing he has from what I've seen on his college videos and some of his other videos he has out there, the guy has raw power. He's in the same category as like the Luis Roberts that have the Eloy Jimenez, the swing, the violent, powerful swing that's gonna, is what sells guys these years. Like like the Trouts and stuff like that.
Like
he
Adam
has
Dunn?
that potential.
Like Adam Dunn.
Well, if he has strikeout ability, yes, it'd be like Adam Dunn. That's the thing. You can hit home runs, but you can't strike out that much to be successful as a Bowman player.
Aaron Judge strikes out a lot.
He does. But he plays for the Yankees, so and he's the chosen one. He took the throne. He took the crown after Jeter left. But some recent high dollar Bowman cards and a recent prospect. So you got a Mike Trout number to 225 that sold for $21,000, pretty close to the Rutschman price. I think in the next few slides I have Acuna Gold, $21,000. So would you rather have an Acuna Gold a $21,000 Acuna Gold? Or would you rather have the $23,000 Adley Rutschman?
$23,000 Adley Rutschman.
So you'd pay two more thousand to have the one.
I don't think Acuna's prices are going to go up any higher than they are.
So you think he's capped out?
I think so.
And look at this. This guy won a World Series. You got Carlos Correa, and this is a number to 5, $18,000. So $18,000 for a Carlos Correa. Granted, it was PWCC, so that thing probably got a little bit shilled. But $18,900 for
I like
Correa.
I like Correa, but Correa isn't the best player on his team.
That's arguable. I think. But what about the Trout?
I think Bregman's he's the face of the franchise.
Go back to that Trout. Would you rather have the Trout or the Adley Rutschman? The Trout number to 225, 9.510. Somebody else was asking, was the Rutschman graded? No, it was raw.
I'll take the Trout.
You'll take the Trout.
I'll take the Trout.
The 21.
Actually, I don't like that X Factor design, but I would still take the Trout.
Still take it.
Yeah.
But there's 224 of them out there as well. Maybe not 9.5.
But he's Mike Trout. Bold statement here. Bold statement. I don't think Rutschman's going to be Mike Trout.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
All right. Well, I can see it, but I'm just saying
you can see it. So you think are you comparing him to Mike Trout?
I'm not comparing him to Mike Trout, but this show's called The Hype, and that superfractor seemed a little low to me. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying $23,000 for the best card of one guy ever made. Mike Trout superfractor is probably somebody would buy, according to Vegas Dave.
Who?
Somebody offered, the newly married. Congrats, Vegas Dave. Newly married Vegas Dave. Somebody offered him $1 million for the Trout superfractor.
Did they?
That's what he says.
Well, of course is what he
says.
said.
All he does is win.
You want to talk about hype, dude? That guy's all about hype.
Yeah. So
content, bro. Content.
Baltimore does have a decent fan base. So I that's the best card of him made, and it sold at probably the wrong time, and it sold via auction. So I'm just saying, the safer bet would be the Jordan,
or you can do a $23,000 Birkin.
You could. Or a watch.
Rolly.
Trout looks like an action figure in that pick. Bad pick. Yeah, that pick's a little strange. It's definitely
it looks like the Rutschman was being sold in Japan. That the Rutschman will be graded at some point. Why do people grade superfractors?
Well, for authenticity, I guess. Make sure it's not fake at this as well.
Okay.
Even though there's a lot of more stuff going around.
Yeah, I know. I was like,
scandals.
But we've always talked about that. Like, there's nothing to really compare it to, and getting a poor grade on that card can really do. The one thing it can do is hurt the value.
You could feel a little bit more comfortable throwing it around rather than it being in a top loader.
So if you invest, so that's what you're doing. You're playing hacky sack with your $24,000 Rutschman.
Yeah, you balling out, bro. You're kicking it around. You're putting it around your neck, like Gary Vee said. You're
Oh yeah, where
you're wearing it. You're wearing cards as
wearing
fashion.
it to the hip hop videos.
Yeah.
Instead of showing off the chains, now you're showing off your Jordans.
Yeah.
Like
totally.
not your Jordan shoes, but your Jordan, Gem 10s.
No, Rutschman.
Your Rutschmans.
Rutschmans. Yeah, nobody even knows. That's so hip. People don't even know about it. You go in the club, they don't even know about this kid.
God, I hope that's not going to be a thing.
Wouldn't it be weird for 30-plus-year-old men to have 20-year-old dude pictures around their neck?
Wouldn't it be weird for it to be hip kids going to the clubs and they're just like, check out my superfractor? Like, wouldn't that be weird?
Could be a thing. This hobby would be crazy at that point. Hey, all we need is one rapper, maybe Lil Wayne or something, or YG or something. Could start wearing stuff around their neck. Machine Gun Kelly, I don't know, somebody. Sporting the cards.
I guess you could make a. I don't want to think about it. It's tough. Hurts my head.
So, anyways, yeah, I just thought it was interesting. Everybody's taking the safe bet, but my whole point is that this is the only Rutschman card ever made. It's the best not the only, the best Rutschman card ever made. So, there's never going to be a better Rutschman card made.
I do agree. I agree that the card went for. I was surprised how low it went. That card could have been 35, 40, 50,000. I think it was a terrible time to sell it, like you were saying before. Worst time to sell. I know Bowman Draft just came out, and you want to think, well, everybody's looking for the Rutschman right now. Not a good time. Like it's a great time to buy, but December into January, you don't want to sell your prospects. You want to start selling your prospects come like February.
But there always is a group of people that like, hey, maybe that guy only bought a case for $1,100, and he's like, I just took $1,100 and I turned it into $23,000, not even counting the other autos he had. Who knows? Maybe he only bought one box.
But I think that you're safe with that card for a full calendar year. Never gonna go below what it sold for.
How about this? Would you, before we move on to the biggest break ever, would you rather take $23,000 and invest it in the best Zion right now, over Adley Rutschman, a guy that hasn't even who's hurt?
I don't know if I would.
What did you think would be a black gold C-Rad? What would be a $23,000?
Like we've been talking about this.
Sold for like almost 30.
I think it's a really good time to invest in Zion right now, not for the long term, but I think it's a good time to invest in the short term. I think once he starts playing, you can actually buy Zion right now. He plays a couple highlight dunks. You can probably flip it for 15 to 20% more than what you paid for it.
Okay. So so he's saying a black gold number to 5 Zion, right?
Man,
it sells for $28,000. Would you rather buy that than the Rutschman?
I think you would want to invest that money into a bunch of lower priced Zion cards.
Okay.
So maybe take that 23,000 and buy a bunch of silver prisms, as many as you can. And maybe try to get a handful of numbered, like higher numbered, maybe one number to 150. What's number to 150? Is it blue? Is it blue number to 150?
Blue's 199.
199. So yeah, maybe a handful of blues. Anything that's stamped, anything that's numbered, I would invest in those for the short term though. For maybe 2 months. Hopefully he comes back and then flip him at that point. You're not going to get the huge payday, but I think that's a pretty safe, if you want to call it an investment.
Okay. So then we think, actually, that's crazy. So we think that Adley Superfractor is a better investment than a black gold Zion at this point.
I think if you're going to look at it in the next year, yeah.
What do you think, C-Red?
I think, I don't follow baseball as much as basketball, so I would definitely lean the Zion.
What about Luka? What if we throw Luka in the mix? Thanks, Ron Mondo. What if we buy a $30,000 Luka, which probably would only get you a NT RPA, right?
It'd get you a Prism base card.
It'd a Prism base card.
I guess right now I'd go.
I guess Luka would be the safer bet over those 3, but his prices are already a little up there, right?
Yeah, they're crazy.
So
I think it's a good time to buy Zion cards, not the ceiling Zion cards, but all the middle of the road Zion cards.
CT Galloway says everybody should be buying the base rookies for $30 all day long.
Absolutely.
I mean, you look at Giannis's are $300.
I think that's a safe bet as well. I think if you could afford it, any Zion Prism rookie that is stamped would be a good investment right now.
Max says we should get a matching Superfractor suit to get into the club. I like it. I've actually been trying to find a design of a shirt that's Superfractor. Somebody should probably come up with that. That'd be awesome.
All right, sports coat.
When we get the new shop, dude, we were investing
and you open it
go.
up. You know how they have like the teams open it up and it's just like photos of just cards.
No, I'm saying like just a plain shirt, but Superfractor design, just shiny.
Oh,
I mean, they may think you're
I'm gonna
like.
be honest, man.
They may think you're part of Night of the Roxbury,
I'm
but
gonna be honest with you. I don't think you can pull that off.
no.
No, and I actually don't think anybody would know. You could probably.
Dude, I think it'd be kind of dope.
You
a
can
Super
go to
Factor
the.
shirt.
You can go to the National, and I don't think anybody would understand what your shirt is.
I think C-Rad would be able to pull it off, but I don't think me and you would be able to do it.
How about not a shirt, but a matching suit, Superfractor suit, sports coat, matching pants,
That's shiny.
dude, matching shoes.
Gold vinyl jacket.
Gold
Heck yeah.
vinyl jacket.
Now, what
dude,
era-
I actually
Would people think that?
I don't have
that-
the money to get it made, but you know,
Would people think that you were from the 70s at that point, though? Would it look too much like a 70s outfit?
It might.
It might. Or would it be very modern?
I
Setting trends.
Dude, I think the T-shirt idea might work. Though.
Nah, man, the suit, full Superfractor
Full suit, pants too.
pants too.
What do you
Shoes.
wear? What do you have the shoes? Wow,
Shoes.
that's too much.
Nah, man,
What do you wear?
shoes.
You wear a hat too, like a derby.
And
hat?
I don't know what you wear underneath the jacket because what do you? Maybe
Nothing.
Nothing.
No, yeah,
Dude, nothing.
just flowing chest hair and
I mean, you
everything.
could-
That's a 101.
Dude, nothing.
Or you could take make a shirt that goes underneath it that's all one of like C-Rad 101, just all 101s all over the shirts.
Yeah, that's what I actually want to make. When we get the new shop, I'm gonna make that shirt so we can sell
Just
that. at the shop.
101 everywhere.
Yeah,
Just like a design. It actually looks like maybe like a Louis design, but it's 101 all
exactly. The all over print is
Yeah,
a popular design
yeah,
that people
yeah.
use over and over,
over.
right?
Don't steal the ideas.
Yeah.
I know people are all about stealing ideas these days, but but anyways. Got that on video, so date it. What's the date? It is on December 26th, Mojo Break came up with the gold vinyl 1-of-1 suit with the 1-of-1 all over print, okay? Just to say it that way. 2019, by the way. Anyways, biggest break ever is going down January 17th and January 18th because it's so big, it's going to take 2 days to do. 15 different years, all baseball. We've got Transcendent in there. We've got 1981 Topps. We got 1989 Upper Deck. We got 2005 Prime Cuts. We got 2010 Bowman Draft. 325 boxes, 883 hits, 15 different years. It's random team style, 25 total spots with 5 combos. So we took some of those teams that, you know, aren't going to do as well and who knows, who will potentially not do as well, and comboed them up. We actually based it on the Transcendent checklist and comboed those teams up. So everybody's got a shot at an auto in Transcendent, or almost guaranteed an auto. So it's going to be insane. We got the Griffey Pass. We're going to random off. Topps, Panini, and GTS have stepped up to the plate to give you guys some guarantees. We've got Topps Day boxes for everybody that buys into the break. We've got a Panini prize package that's going to include some Elite Extra Edition, some Prism draft packs that are guaranteed per spot, so you don't even have to win those in the break. They're just guaranteed. And then the top stuff's coming in. We've got a early bird bonus. If you're one of the first 15 to buy into the break, you got a chance at winning a Topps Chrome Hobby Case 2019. So first 15 to buy in. 19 spots left at this point, and it's guaranteed to happen January 17th. Be part of history. This is the biggest baseball mixer that has ever happened.
Yeah,
So-
I'm actually the bonuses that GTS and Panini and Topps provide are actually really dope. So thank you to those guys.
Yeah, and we're actually going to be putting stuff into the break more as well. So there's 10 jerseys as well from GTS that are going to be part of the people that get the lowest amount of hits. We're going to throw some Chrome Sapphire draft boxes into there as well. It's going to be insane. So don't miss out. If you break down the price per box, it's crazy if you think about it. And you'll never see something like this again. It's never going to happen again. So get in. So, anyways,
Except in February when we do the 326.
yeah, every month we go buy one box now. So we'll move on to blockchain, Panini blockchain. I think a lot of people are still confused on what this actually is. At first, it looked like Panini was just doing some digital cards. But what this is it's actually digital cards that are attached to real cards. So they're going to be auctioning them off on Panini's website direct. So what they're using this for, from what I understand, this is how I comprehended it, which could be not correct, but I think this is what I comprehended, was the fact that this card, they're going to sell high-end cards. They're going to sell Logo Mans. They're going to sell some of these cut autos that you see here, the Honus Wagner, the Mickey Mantle. They're basically selling it direct, but there's going to be a blockchain digital version attached. So if that card ever changes hands, it has a ledger attached to the card. That's what I'm taking this as. So if you win the Mickey Mantle for whatever amount of money, it says you own it, your name, you own it on the digital version. So if you sell it, you're going to want to sell the digital version with it. Now, John, whoever buys it from you, John has it, and it's under John's name now. So 10 years from now, there should be a history, and there's also that digital image will be the exact same card. So if it gets patched, if the patch gets replaced or anything like that, you have a history to protect that high dollar card. So a couple things here. I have a couple ideas and a couple downfalls to this plan. Obviously, you can see that there's a Zion rookie. Well, it doesn't have a rookie card logo on there, but they're going to be selling a Zion autographed Logo Man 1 of 1.
Huge.
They're putting it up for auction. We're talking about possible 6-figure card here. Easy. So what do you guys think? I mean, what about the one that gets pulled out of National Treasures? Does that devalue the pack pulled ones? So I wanted to see what your guys' thought process was. A lot of people are throwing around the greed word from Panini. Panini's trying to say that they're kind of crusading against, authenticity here. They're using this as, hey, we're going to be more authentic. We're going to have this card change hands and everybody's going to know about it. And it's a way to get rid of these patch faking things. What are your thoughts, Dan? What's your gut feeling initially?
Dude, you explain this, and I just have the scene from the movie Internship going through my head
on the line
of Vince Vaughn trying to explain Instagram, and he's like, you take a picture of it, then it goes on the line. So every time you explain this, I'm just like, this card's going on the line, bro. It's going to be on the line. It's going to be instantly on the line. It's their product, man. They make it. They're the manufacturer. We talk about this all the time. You could say greed, but it's their product. They pay the license. They're giving people an opportunity to buy this card, put it in their collection without having to pack pull it. And I don't think there's a problem with that because they made it. It's their product. They can do whatever they want with it.
Right.
If they choose to sell their cards in this way, then so be it. They're the manufacturer. They have the last say. You could not be happy with it, but there's too bad.
Well, and it's a wait and see here. It's January 6th, so next week.
The crazy thing is that when you say,
actually 2 weeks
when
from
you
now.
say that Zion is going to be 6 figures, absolutely it is.
Right.
That card's going to go at auction, and it is going to be over $100,000.
Well, we're also going to have to see how their auction process works. Like, are they going to let any Tom, Dick, and Harry bid on it? And then they're going to drive it up and nobody's going to pay. I mean, they're going to have the same problem that eBay has.
I mean, yeah, that's another thing. But how do you open it up to the public, but yet vet people at the same time and be like, we don't know if, like, hey man, we don't know if this card's for you. Like,
right. And I'm sure.
I mean, what are you going
to?
You have to show like a bank statement. They're going to want your personal profit and loss report for the year, so you can basically place a bid on that card.
Right.
And
maybe it attaches to your PayPal.
And where's the transparency of just some random guy being like, I'm going to put it up to $80,000 right now. I'm not going to buy it.
Max says 7 for that Zion.
I like 10.
Could be. It could be 7.
I like 10.
It could be 7. It could be $7. It could be $700.
So, I mean, the one thing that I like about it is it doesn't have the rookie card logo, at least in these mock-ups. We'll see when the real ones come out. And it does have the blockchain logo on it.
What if they do that? That's a good... what if they run Dutch auction? And they started at $500,000? No,
but there's only one stock. You can't do a Dutch auction on one stock, I don't think.
It's the first person who's like, I'm buying it.
Oh, you mean started? Yeah, $1 million.
And they go down.
Wow.
You started $1 million.
That'd be crazy. That would be crazy. That'd be something to see. Get your popcorn ready.
I actually think, so if you do it that way, you basically go straight to the checkout screen and you have to buy it. You don't have to worry about somebody bidding it up. I think they're going to run out the Dutch oven.
The Dutch oven.
I think they're going to run it out.
Let's see it, Panini.
We'll
Dutch
see.
oven.
We're gonna. I doubt the Zion's gonna be first. They're probably gonna do the first couple days of like go to that first picture. They're probably gonna run the first couple days with
Teaser.
The Juan Soto or the Aaron Judge. They're gonna probably work out some kinks. I don't think they're gonna drop on January 6th. I don't think they're dropping Zion right away. It's probably gonna be the ones you see here. So we'll see. I mean, it'd be something to follow. I mean, obviously everybody's gonna be talking about it and stuff like that.
Where
Blockchain.
does it say auction? Doesn't say auction on there at all.
It does on their blog. I'll read their blog to you. It's going to be via auction, blockchain technology. Let me go to their blog so you guys can do this yourself too. It's on their blog.
Dutch oven, dude. That's what they're going to roll it out as. I get it. I do the same thing.
So Panini America, the world's largest licensed trading card manufacturer, is first to legalize trading cards. Panini's popular National Treasure design will feature 100 athletes. So there are going to be 100 different auctions. Honus Wagner, Mickey Mantle, Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani, Mariano Rivera, Kobe Bryant, Zion Williamson, Charles Barkley, Steph Curry, Allen Iverson, Shaq, Giannis, Mahomes, Brady, Jackson, Breeze, Sanders, Peyton Manning, Emmitt Smith.
You can name off all 100?
Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Blockchain technology. Well, hey, I was just adding the effect.
I'm just...
blockchain assets... Panini, blah blah blah. There was something that said auction. The Panini also plans to release blockchain versions of cards in upcoming physical trading card releases. So they're going to have like probably redemptions. I'm assuming that are going to be a real card and a digital card,
where you could follow the jerseys and stuff.
Right. So
I get that, but I'm still not hearing that auction word.
I'm looking.
They may just go on the site for X amount of dollars, like they do the instant.
10 new cards will be released each week. The blockchain asset will live on closed Panini platforms where sports fans and collectors can buy, sell, and store their blockchain trading assets. 10 new cards will be released each week. So they could even just put it up at just a high price.
No, I'm saying it could be like when they do the Panini Instant and they have like the one of one.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're just going to put it up at, whatever.
Yeah, I guess it does not say auction. If somebody could look through that and see if it says auction, I don't see that it does say auction. So maybe they don't do an auction. So, but nonetheless, it's a game. I hate the word, but it is a game changer.
You're a game changer.
You're a game changer. And does it affect the other releases? Does it affect National Treasure's Zion one of one logo man? Is the guy that buys the Zion logo man off of blockchain, is he not going to look at the other one? Is it going to devalue the other real cards that come out? Because now there's two of them, essentially. There's two logo mans.
There's always more than one logo man.
No, but the one of one logo man auto, there's typically out of National Treasure, there's only one.
Yeah,
now there's going to be two.
But then you have Flawless, and then you have Immaculate. And they got logo mans in there.
Yeah, but the best card, it's like
them coming out with another product that has a logo man.
Right. Now, and this is
like what if they came out and they're like, Gold Standard this year has like full logo mans.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised.
No, but I mean it's essentially the same thing.
Right. But this is the National Treasures logo man that they're using, but they're calling it a blockchain. So does it affect it? That's when you know that stuff is so good that this industry is on fire, that the hype is, unreal right at this point, that they can make a product that sells out instantly like National Treasures. We're all going to be foaming out of the mouth for National Treasures this year because of the Zion RPAs and the chance at hitting a Zion logo man. That they could have made a second run of National Treasures with a logo man and sell potentially $2 or $3 more million of products, but things are so good that they're like, we could just sell cards individually now as well for extra income because the hype is so. Not only are they getting a piece of it off the line, they're getting a piece on icollectpanini.com. Now they're getting a piece that went on eBay. Now, and I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm just saying they're getting a piece everywhere they can at this point.
I don't understand how when you sell the card, say I buy the Zion logo man, and I'm the first owner.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? I got to pay some bills. I'm going to put it up on eBay.
A significant bill if you guys know that joint.
Yeah.
So let's say I got to put that card, the physical card that I have, on eBay. I sell the physical card. And I don't even really know what the blockchain technology really means. So I'm like, okay, I'm done. I sold my card. I got paid. The person who bought it from me, maybe they don't inquire about like, well, what about the digital aspect of it? And what if nobody ever notifies Panini and I still have the digital version of it, even though I sold the card to somebody else on eBay, the physical card?
Right. It's like selling a card without pink slip.
Yeah. How does that work?
You know, that's.
I mean, you're telling me that every time somebody buys a blockchain, they're going to be like, hey, make sure I get that digital confirmation, and somebody notifies the on the line people to
maybe there's
update it.
Maybe there's a QR code on the back of each blockchain card that once you physically have that card in your hand, you could register it. Well, then somebody could just take a picture of your card, right?
Yeah, better not do a imagine that. Take a scan of the back, and then all of a sudden your car's owned by somebody else.
Well, I'm sure we're going to get some clarity before January 6th here. So
yeah, that's another thing. What if the first owner damages the card?
That's true. I'm sure it's going to be sealed. I'm sure it's going to be encased.
It probably in a magnetic.
Yeah. What do you think, C-Rad? What do you think of this?
I don't think it's gonna affect the actual NT one much. I mean,
yeah, I don't think it'll go for as much.
Yeah. You know, I just gotta see. I gotta see how it turns out.
It's gonna go for $100,000.
Yeah.
I mean, even if Panini puts it up on their site, what do you think they would put it up at? Say it's like they treat it like a Panini Instant.
Oh, Instant?
Like what do they put it? Say because we don't know if it's going to be an auction. We're not 100% sure. Let's say they just put it up on their site. What do they put it up as? How much?
How much would you put it up for, C-Rad?
$150,000.
I'd $250.
I'd put it up for $100,000, and I think whoever buys that is absolutely nuts.
You wouldn't be surprised though.
That's actually what I'm telling people not to. When we were talking about investing in Zion, that's the opposite.
That's the opposite of what you said.
That's the opposite of what I said.
It's the opposite of what you said. Well, we're gonna move into another segment.
Bruh. I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
So this got brought to my attention on Christmas Eve. It was Tuesday.
Oh God, I got an ulcer.
I woke up and I got a text from a good friend in the industry and said that there was a Twitter account and a breaker. There was a breaker. I thought C-Rod left us, but it was Mojo Sports Card Breaks. Mojo Sports Card Breaks. They started in July. This was the first time I had heard about them, and I thought, man, that's pretty damn close to our name that we started in, 10 years ago. So, before I even go into this, the person did wind up changing their name. So thank you for changing your name. But there was a lot of blowback. There was a lot of them, sending people in our room and getting angry at us.
Yeah,
and
if you guys want to send people, send them to the chat room when I'm
right. But what I'm saying is you got to get on the Google machine, man. When you're thinking about a business, it's like if you were opening a grocery store, you're not going to go Safeways. If you're opening a electronic place, you're not going to call it Target Electronics. You're going to Google. And in no way, shape, or form am I saying we're anywhere near the size of those companies.
No.
I'm just using it as an example. I have no ego. I just don't want the customer base that we have or the customer base that he has to be confused about the two damn companies. We're two companies that do the same thing. He doesn't want emails saying, hey, when does this break? And I don't want emails saying, when does that break? That was the whole point of me reaching out. But he wanted me to talk to some copyright attorney and everything like that. People on Twitter were asking questions of why you have the name Mojo Sports Card Breaks, and got super defensive. But once again, wound up changing the name. So thank you for changing your name. It didn't have to go as far as it did, but I'm glad it was nipped in the butt right now. But shout out to Ben from About the Cards, which is a great podcast, by the way, one of my favorite podcasts in this industry. Ben from About the Cards and Philly Puck Fan. Didn't ask him to say anything. They just saw my personal Facebook post. I put a little bruh Facebook post out saying, what the hell, man? And they took it on their own to go ahead and say some things. And this guy was trying to be super defensive on it. And I was like, dude, you got to Google your business name before you start. I want nothing more. Anybody that knows me from a business side, knows me, Dan and C-Rad, we've done nothing more but help each other out. We help other breakers out. We buy product. We sell product to breakers. We give them tips. We ran meetings at the summit. We want nothing more than people to survive. So this isn't about squashing somebody's reputation. This isn't even about questioning somebody's reputation. This is literally about, hey, you have the same name as us.
Yeah.
And we started in 2010. And you started in July. So that's it.
What we do, this industry is all based on honesty and integrity. And we have strived really hard to, build this relationship with our customers and build relationships with manufacturers and build relationships with distributors and all that stuff. And it doesn't take much to be confused. This guy does something shady and we have to fight a battle for him. That because honestly, if I'm not saying he would do something shady, but if he did, we would have to fight that battle because the names are so damn close.
Right.
And I don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. And C-Rad doesn't want to do that. And I actually felt that you were super nice. Way nicer than I would have been if I would have noticed it. Honestly, I would have probably told him you have right now to change your name. I'm not going to give you 30 days. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Yeah. You were way cooler than I would have been because I would have literally gone, if I was him, I would have been like, okay, I'm going to Google Mojo. Oh my God, look at Mojo Break. Look at the videos. Look at how many followers they have. Look how many followers I have. Look when I started. Look when they started. I need to change my name right now.
Right, and so basically I followed them and I said, hey, can I DM you? And they followed me back, and I said, name is copyrighted, please change yours. The response was, what name is copyrighted? I said, Mojo, in conjunction with anything related to card breaks, group breaks, or sports cards. Then he replied, said, there's some random person followed me all of a sudden and said, could you follow this guy back? He has followed you and he is a local copyright attorney. And I'm like, a local copyright? I'm in California, you're in Alabama, so I don't know who's local to either of us. And I don't know, different laws and stuff like that. I mean, I know the law, but it doesn't apply to the situation we're in. So I don't know why I would have to talk to somebody that here, talk to my friend. He's going to talk you out of your name. No, it doesn't work that way. So I basically said, no, just change your name. And he was basically saying you're not being civil here. And I'm like, would you be civil if somebody stole your name? And then he claims that he didn't know that he stole our name and that was his dog and blah, 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 whatever. But okay, well, that's it. But why are you getting defensive when I have every right to be defensive? But change the name. If you guys want to jump on the group, hey, I don't care. The name now is changed to, it's in the next slide, it's Pleasure Island Sports Cards. So if you want to get into a break or join the Facebook group, go right ahead. So thank you for changing the name. We appreciate it. I just wanted the name to be changed. That's it. I didn't question your character. I did not do anything to say that you were a bad person or that people are sending us emails from his group. Surprisingly, I have 400 people sent us messages saying well, he's a nice guy. You shouldn't question his character. I'm not questioning anybody's character. I'm just telling you he has our name.
I spent my Christmas Eve, a good chunk of it at night, basically playing damage control on every single post that we had on Facebook. I had his people, obviously he brought it up in his live feed and they just went straight to our Facebook page and were posting, the typical troll type of post that you would see in this situation. And at that point, I was like, we are going to be on the phone with our lawyer on Thursday when we get back if his name is not changed. And I'm not going to be nice about it.
Right.
I'm not going to be like, change your name, man. I'm going to be cool. I'm like, no. I'm like, I don't know how much revenue we have lost based on your name. I know what we have done in the span since you started. I know that, but I don't know how much revenue that you may have taken from us from the confusion of people joining. We've had that's the thing. We've also had other outlets in other states. We've had Mojo, Minnesota, and we had Mojo, Ohio. We had Mojo, Arizona for a while. our customer base may be like, oh, cool, they got like a Facebook group now. We don't have a Facebook group where we actually perform commerce. So people may have been confused and been like, cool, like Mojo Breaks Facebook group. I'm going to join their group now. I was about ready to lay down the hammer. So good job. Good job in changing it. I appreciate it.
Yep.
I'm not as nice as Doug. So
yeah, I mean, when we got called, but I think somebody called us a behemoth in the industry, which I know I've had a lot to eat for Christmas, but I mean, I didn't know I gained that much more weight. But I mean, honestly, we don't care about how many, we don't care. It's not a status for us. I don't walk around anywhere and say like, hey, I've been breaking for 10 years and I break 100 cases a week and look at me, blah, blah, blah. It's not about that. We love the hobby. We love doing this for a living. We love spending time with you guys. We love doing this podcast. And when somebody takes your name, they're just, you're going to be on the defense. That's it. I mean, I'm not going to be, I was nice, like Dan said, but, you attack me saying, oh, I want you to talk to this guy, and you need to be more civil with me. And
yeah,
it's like, no, that's BS, man.
I saw that, man, and I letting Doug do his thing in DMs because I was going to basically be like, cool, like, now you're talking to Dan. This is going to be a different conversation. Not the way you want to deal, not the way you want to start your Christmas Eve. Just kind of lumped everything together. I was like, man, I'm like, is this? Is this really going down right now?
And then the last thing he said before he changed his name is he questioned my people skills. He said he's glad he met trusting people in this hobby that have better people skills than me. And I'm like, did you take all those other people's names and they treated you nice? I mean, come on now. You're gonna basically question my people skills when you took my name? When you took our name? This is us. You expect me to be nice? So if I'm walking my dog and somebody kicks my dog, I'm supposed to be nice to them?
Your dog named Mojo?
It could be. They ran away. But shout out to great follows, by the way. Ben on Twitter and Philly Puck Fan. Make sure you follow them. They're always rooting for this hobby. They're always hobby crusaders. And once again, check out Ben, Shep, and Junk Wax Twins podcast about the cards. You can get all of their episodes on not only on iTunes but on YouTube as well. And you can follow them on Twitter as well. So shout out to you guys. Made my night. I was trying to avoid doing anything on Christmas because I was like, my wife was like, why are you on Twitter? And I'm like, somebody's trying to take our name. She's like, who cares? So I tried to avoid doing it. I was like, I'm going to do this on the show. And then he wound up changing his name today, so it's a little less fiery than it was going to be. But change the name, and that's all that matters. But I just wanted to come out here and clear the air where we stand. We're not trying to crush somebody trying to do business. We're not saying, there's not room for more breakers. Anybody could be a breaker. If you're good at it, you're going to succeed. If you're able to sell product, you're going to succeed. But you can't take people's names. And I can't open Target Electronics. I can't open Safeways. I can't open blownoutcards.com. I can't do that. Can't do it.
You can buy the domain name.
Sounds like it.
No, and I mean, it tells you how big, especially with the Facebook groups, how big this industry actually is, because this guy's been around since, at least his Twitter's been around since July. We had no idea, and it wasn't until, I'll say it wasn't until Rich contacted Doug, because this guy had followed Rich. So that's how we actually found out about it. So, I mean, thanks to Rich for pointing that out. And
yeah, and this guy claims he didn't know about us, and hey, that's fine. But if I'm starting a business, I'm going to be Googling my name that I'm thinking about. There's other side interests that I've had that's the first thing I do when I'm thinking about a name. So apparently I'm giving him benefit out. He'd never heard of us. So that it is what it is. Changed his name, but just didn't like the fact that you were basically sending your people to assault us, and the fact that you just, that's the way that it went down. But anyways, it's in the past now. It made for a good episode. It made for a good rant. Got us fired up. Getting ready for 2020. But once again, yeah, shout out to Ben, and shout out to Philly Puck Fan, who we didn't ask him to say anything. They just obviously seen what was going down and knew it wasn't right. So. But Ben in chat says, blown out cards, bringing the mojo, the safe way to break. Sebastian says, important message, don't give up. You're the best. We need you in this world of crazy industries, or in the world of this crazy industry. Love you guys. We love you too, man. We're just, hey, if one of my friends or any of you guys, somebody was trying to steal your name, it ain't right. It's not right. So, but anyways, that pretty much does it for this part of the show. We're going to be live doing breaks all day today. So you guys can check out the schedule. See, what do we got up first?
We got Optic coming up. It's already sold out. Rookies and Stars almost sold out. Get your spot, guys.
All right, sweet. And then we got Black Diamond on Friday. We got some Playbook. Yeah, it looks like a lot of stuff sold out today. So starting at 3:30. So in about 27 minutes, we'll be live with Optic.
Yes,
Optic
sir.
football.
Yes,
and that
sir.
stuff's been hot. So, and the next episode, I think it'll be next Thursday as well, because Wednesday is New Year's Day. Next Thursday, we'll probably do a year in review and looking forward and all that other good stuff for 2020. So that is it for today, guys. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We appreciate you guys having our back.
Are we not going to open?
Oh, dude, yeah. Oh, C-Rad gave us this awesome gift, by the way.
So yeah, this is
Big 3 sports cards.
This is big.
Big 3 basketball
Obviously,
cards.
it has big in the title, so it must be big.
I almost forgot. How could I forget?
But I'm pretty sure that. Let's see. Yeah.
I'll start with my pack. You guys won't be able to see it as much, but it probably doesn't matter. Ricky Davis.
Ooh, I got a dummy card.
Ooh.
That's a sticker, dude. It's a sticker.
Bonzi Wells. Bonzi Wells. This guy, he must not have to travel. Royce Lewis or Royce White. He must only play in a couple cities. He's got a mask on. Royce White.
I thought they all just play in Las Vegas, don't they?
This dude looks old.
Jason Rich.
Oh, Jay
Shoot, came up. We got a Jermaine O'Neal.
Dude,
Remember Jermaine O'Neal?
You're getting all. Dude, I have 2 guys so far I've never even heard of.
Glenn Big Baby Davis. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Doug got the nice pack.
And I got Amari Stoudemire, the captain. And I got a sticker.
Big 3 basketball.
The Killers.
I don't know why everybody's
Killer
opening
bees.
a Prism right now. I mean, you're missing on the Big 3.
I
value.
got a Kenyon Martin.
Ooh, star.
Ooh, Royce White. Remember that guy? Black and white parallel.
Ooh, you got a parallel?
Royce White.
Is it the same as mine with the mask? Oh, no, it's a different design. Look at that.
Now yours is oh, dude, yours is. Why does he have a mask on?
Because it makes him feel more comfortable.
But this guy actually had a lot of promise. He yeah. Then TriStar or Tri-State Big 3 sticker. Did you get a sticker?
I did. I got a Killer 3s sticker.
You put those on your laptops.
So we'll be doing a 5-case break by player of this soon, guys. So get your spots. I'm reserving the Amari Stoudemire spot for myself. But yeah, you can catch these at your local Target. They're probably if you miss out on Prism, you can always get some Big 3.
Dude, this dude was born in '81.
And he's got the salt and pepper going on. Quintel Woods or Ontel Woods. Nice. Well, that's how we end the show, with some Big 3 action. So, all right, guys, we're going to take a break. We'll be live with Optic in about 20 minutes, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace out.
All right.
Happy holidays.
And that's
Shout out to my cat Pleasure.
Thanks for watching this episode.